I think that's a bigger problem for me. Like in terms of job replacement and stuff, like I get Logan's argument, and I agree that that has always happened, that always will happen. And I'm not 100% apocalyptic about this because this is not uh, general AI. It's not strong AI. It's weak AI still. It's domain specific, and it can only do the one thing. It can't formulate its own plans. It can't navigate the world, as far as we know. So I do think this is a big step towards strong AI because you're developing a language brain, and or sorry, you're developing an image brain, and then Chat GPT is developing a language brain. And right now, AIs are all very domain specific. I'll come back to the bigger four revolutions point you mentioned. But another thing Luciano says is right now, robotics and AI have to exist within a box. So you can't make a Jetsons robot that can cruise around your kitchen and do the dishes for you. That's going to be very hard to do because you have to have edge recognition and all of this higher level stuff. But we've had robots that wash dishes for years because we built a box, and we put the dishes in the box and it does the dish. So we are slowly turning the world into a box for these things. And I think right now they're all constrained to their own domain, but eventually those are like developing pieces of the brain that will link up, and that's the path to strong AI. And that, I think, is the argument against Logan's standpoint of like, well, we've always said this, we've always said this, we've always said this. Yeah, we can replace jobs, but when you create a new, better intelligence, then we're fucked. And we are headed that way, or not necessarily fucked, but we are now not the only sentient creatures on the planet. We have some kind of tribalism that could be good for humanity, like to bring us together, but also we could be dealing with robot overlords at best, and at worst things that are so disinterested in us that they consider us like ants, and they'll just dump molten lead down into New York just to, how we'll do that shit to ants. We'll pour leads down and then we'll pull it out and we're like, this is what an ant colony looks like. Like that is kind of the long-term argument against what Logan's saying is, yes, up until now, but there will be a point, supposedly, and that's what C.S. Lewis is saying, and I think his argument stands, that there is a point where man's intentional conquest of nature flips back and man loses. And that's Abolition of Man, issue 1. That's C.S. Lewis's essay. And I think we can make Logan's argument over and over and over and over again until the one time you can't. And that's the end of a logical technological process.